Most students just refer to me as Mr. McDougald or Mr. Mac, and I have the good pleasure of teaching your student United States History 1 this year. What you'll find with me, and if they haven't shared anything with you already about my class, that my class is very different in some of the history classes that they have taken in the past. So the subject matter that they are going to, that we're going to examine and learn together is, well, the topics that they've heard before. I just hit it a little differently. I don't necessarily deal with the surface level. I like to go a little deeper into it, and I like to hit it from different angles as well. So primarily with the history they're going to get, we have to cover 400 years of history between now and June. That being said, with the subject matter that we're going to cover in the class, I primarily use Schoology as the main platform to communicate and push assignments, projects, tests, quizzes, exams to my students. So what you see behind me is an example as to how I organize my class. And I organize my class with various folders, so there's always a classwork homework folder, and it'll be primarily divided by marking periods, and this is where they'll find their assignments. Same thing for any exams, tests, or quizzes will be located in the assessments folder. And I've also created another folder down here. You can barely see it, but it has some video tutorials in it. So considering that primarily it's a major shift of what's going on right now within the network, just going from paper and pencil to going pretty much all electronic. So I put these videos in there to assist the student along when it comes to submitting assignments to Schoology, syncing certain things to Schoology, and they can expect a little more from me as well in that particular vein going through the rest. In regards to test and quizzes policy, you can expect your student to have one at least every 2 weeks. If 2 weeks go by and they haven't had an assessment, like a test or a quiz, there's a red flag there. Something is wrong. If you ask your student when they come home, do you have any homework for anything at all? If they say, no, we don't have any homework for history, they're more than likely correct, but they always have something to study. In regards to my classwork homework policy, if they're ever absent, that's the only time I'll accept a late assignment. And that's what I'm finding over the last 2.5 weeks. This is good. Well, they're having an interesting time getting used to that policy, because I think maybe in the past they were given like a safety net with which to do those kind of things. And with me, I'm a little old school and a little old fashioned with my classwork policy, where I'm trying to get them prepared for those employers or those college professors that when they have a deadline, that's the deadline, and there is no second opportunity to right that wrong. So I'm trying to get them used to that as well. But if they're absent, I will accept a late assignment. Right? The same number of days they're out, or the same number of days that they have. But outside of that, they can expect to take 2 trips for my class. One is going to be next month, October 23rd. That's tentative. We're going to take a walking tour of historic Philadelphia. And I have it set up almost like it's a scavenger hunt for information. So we're going to be in about a 4-block radius, and they're going to go like Independence Hall, Ben Franklin's gravesite, his museum, the site of the first Supreme Court where the Congress used to meet, you know, all that. We're going to do this 4-block radius. They're going to get all this information. It is a mandatory trip, and the assignment they are going to have is going to be worth a test because it is a part of my class. The second field trip they're going to take is in February during Black History Month, and ideally, hopefully the plan, hopefully they'll approve it, we'd like to go to Delaware State, and they'll take a trip to Delaware State and pretty much just engage in a walking tour of the campus to start, begin whetting their appetites for what's to come in about 2 weeks.